Hey, so this is Monday, I think it's the 12th um, of January, and yeah, obviously I'm out for another walk. It's just been lovely. It is a flannel shirt day, again, just a little bit cooler, not quite as sunny, and yes, I only have one flannel shirt that fits me, so this one gets worn and washed a lot. And sometimes only wear it just for the walks. But anyway, yes. So I am almost to 11 pounds to go, but I'm just hanging in there, barely in the 211s, 211.1 today. So can't quite say that just yet. Still have 12 pounds to go. And I tested out a theory with low carb, just switching up for a few days, just me the scientist. And yes, I did not lose weight as well with more okay, we have calcium and phosphorus. Yes, with the phosphorus being 3 times the recommended daily allowance as the calcium. But I did lose some. I did lose 0.4 pounds, so that's something. I'll take it. But I'm going to then make sure that my calcium is higher, and for the next 2 days, just to test it out. Because I'm a crazy person who likes to test things out, and then going back to my usual high carb realm. Just because I was curious about it. So I am going to put up screenshots, and that will help you visualize what I'm doing. And the big thing is this: if you notice a big disparity in your micronutrients, if you track for once in a while, you may, experience some issues. Now, I will tell you that since adding dairy, by the way, I finally had an afternoon temperature that was what my temperature used to be, before I started losing weight. Finally, it is coming up a little bit. So I'm finding the dairy, and that's what Kate Deering says in her latest Facebook post, which, maybe consider it if you're having issues. You think you might be having issues with your metabolism. Maybe check her out. She's absolutely fantastic. But anyway, that is something that I've noticed, and I'm very happy about that. The next thing, I'm going to talk about the phosphorus and calcium now. As somebody who doesn't do well on low carb diets, generally speaking, I am testing out if making sure my calcium is more in check with my phosphorus is going to be more helpful. So I will report back on that in a few days. But so I will show you. All you got to do is download Chronometer. You can do it for free. You can get all kinds of information that way, or if you want to pay, obviously, knock yourself out. But anyway, so this is what it looks like when you bring up the diary part of that app. Okay, and then you click on at the top where there's the macros, you click on the targets just above the horizontal bars, and it will take you to a screen that will give you your targets. And you click on the bottom one of the 2 targets, and you go into that. Then scroll down, and you will see they have, for micronutrients, they have both vitamins and they have minerals. And so go down to the minerals, and you will see percentages and milligrams. And then when you go there, if your calcium, you'll see you should have more calcium than phosphorus according to the chronometer, right? Like 12, for me, I have at the moment 1200 milligrams of calcium and 700 milligrams of phosphorus, and mine is always out of whack to some degree, almost always. But the big thing is, if my milligrams of calcium and phosphorus are similar, they're not too far off from each other as far as, calcium can be more, but if phosphorus is way more, then I start having problems. That's one way to look at it. And then I'll show you this other one, and that's the percentage. Look at the percentage, and you will see that if it's more than 2 times the percentage, like if it's 50% and 100%, I can still make that work for me. Maybe not ideal, but it does work. But if it's 50% calcium, the RDA of calcium, and 150% phosphorus, although this one isn't going to be quite that, it's going to be a little bit different than that, but I'll show you a screen of one that's higher. I don't tend to do as well. So I hope that was interesting. This gives you a little insight on how to track. If something seems to be not going well for you, maybe check your micronutrients. Maybe you can do something to make that better. Now, calcium, yeah. Dairy, there are other ways of getting it. You can do your research as to how else to get that if you are not dairy tolerant or not very dairy tolerant. If you think you are noticing that you're having too much phosphorus in connection with your in relation to your calcium, maybe, and you're not doing well on, with certain things, maybe that's helpful. But I know is adding a little more dairy for me has, raised my temperature. That means my metabolic rate is getting a little bit better. I am not lowering my calories as low as they used to be. They are up a little bit, about 100 calories a day more than they were. It's a start. I am definitely not looking to lower my calories anymore. I hope over time to be able to raise them slightly and help myself out in the long run. So that's one part of the video, and I will actually, I think I will release this other video I was going to release today, along with this, my number one tip for weight loss for those who've tried to lose weight before, but I think I will do it later in the week. I'm excited about sharing it with you. You all have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if you can get out and get some walking in on a nice day, sunshine, vitamin D, makes you feel better, do so. I, as I said, feel much better on high carb diet. Today, having not had high carb, but I do have some carbs in my system right now. I am not the most energetic, but I'm doing okay. And I'm just, testing out a theory, disrupting things slightly, and going back to my usual higher energy type diet. You have a great day. Bye-bye.